This episode of Dungeons and Dorkheads is brought to you by Green Man Gaming. Head down to the link below to get some fantastic deals on video games and shop with confidence, knowing that every game on this site comes directly from publishers and you get a fantastic deal in the process. Not only that, this video is also brought to you by XSplit. Head down to the other link down there and get in on the fantastic family of products that XSplit has to offer, including XSplit Broadcaster, which is a fantastic program for live streaming, video recording, and even making this video that you're watching right now. Head down to the link below. And let's not forget, this show wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for the great people making Foundry Virtual Tabletop. Head down to the link below. Foundry Virtual Tabletop is perfect for all of your virtual tabletop needs. It's very easy to set up, very easy to mod, very easy to get all of your game systems working, including D&D 1st Edition, D&D 5th Edition, Pathfinder, Fallout Pen and Paper, even Bunkers and Badasses. Head down to the link below and try out Foundry Virtual Tabletop absolutely free. And last but certainly not least, we need to give a big shout out to the folks at ForgottenAdventures.net for their dedication to the craft of map-making assets, virtual tokens, battle maps, Clip Studio brushes, and builder packs. All available on ForgottenAdventures.net. Link down below in the description. Hello, dorks, dorkheads, and everyone in between, and welcome to tonight's episode of Dungeons and Dorkheads. Even the music is silent on that one. Before we get into this, happy 100th episode, everybody.
Whoa.
By the way, this is the 101st episode.
Oh, yeah, we bypassed that last time.
We didn't do anything special for the 100th episode. We hung out at the Shurthor Hunting Lodge and got coffee. I miscounted, and it's basically like one of those things. It's like, by the way, this is the 100th episode. So, yeah, happy 100th episode, everybody. We're doing it now.
Okay, so happy about it.
Wow.
And another thing, happy Pride Month. I know that as this episode goes up, Pride Month has been going for a while, but it's June 1st upon recording this, so we're getting it out of the way now. All of our support to the LGBTQ community plus community,
the queer community.
The queer community, sure.
Yeah, the cool people.
And all of our support to those trans people struggling in the bigoted states, because it is absolutely disgusting what is happening in this country. Yeah.
Mad
I would
fact.
really feel good if you got out of Texas, Frisco.
I am working on it as fast as possible.
It's pretty great up here.
It would make us feel so much better if we knew you were okay.
How sweet.
We love you, Frisco. We really do.
Yeah.
That's gay.
Frisco Appreciation Month.
That's perfectly
well,
fine.
It's Pride Month, so whatever.
Exactly. It's Pride Month, everybody get a little gay.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
I'm straight as an arrow, but we could be a little bit gay this month.
I thought you were hunting.
It's true.
So we're gonna hand things over to Steve, and I'm gonna get the dog out of my room because there's no food in this room.
What's the dog in the room?
What the dog doing?
And Hunter just has no idea because Hunter turned off the soundboard. And
I mean,
You won't be able to engage on the funness. I'm just gonna draw Hans.
She's all good now.
Alright, so what I want is everyone to just absolutely start spamming the soundboard, which will not be recorded, and I will attempt to get through my intro with as minimal stutters as possible while everyone is just trying to distract me. So, thank you everyone once again
People
for
are destined to
returning
ruin the show.
to another episode.
I don't use the
All of
soundboard,
the
so I'm just gonna
wonderful
regularly
viewers
interrupt.
and wonderful players here. This is way harder than anticipated.
Gazpacho.
I can't
My-
think her here.
But I very much appreciate
Skiddly-doo!
all of you players here being here. This is going terribly. So, let's go ahead and get on into the episode.
847.
What?
I don't know, just a random number.
Anyway,
God, I could not hear a damn thing you fucking said that entire time, and I couldn't think. I could not think. That was so much noise.
I was having such a hard time, but that is exactly what I wanted. Because to everyone else, like, there was just me kind of like stuttering and saying things that I thought usually I would say, and there was just so much noise spam going in my
There
head.
was a lot.
Let
So-
the soundboard speak. Hashtag let the soundboard speak.
I really just I want to listen to how terrible that was. Anyway, let's pass it on over to Slick Mick for a recap.
Whoa.
Well, alright. Way back in Granite Keith, everything was fine. In
That
Granite
happened.
Keith.
Yeah.
In fact, everything is great at Granite Keith.
Aren't you at
And it'll
war?
still be great when you visit.
There is no war in Granite Keep.
There
Holy
is,
credit and keeps.
we have soup kitchens, we have, we have homeless shelters, we have all that good stuff.
They got beef
All that
stew over
good,
there.
Fun socialism.
Yep. Power.
They got beef
overhead.
stew over there.
Well, we've been having a hard
The
time
beef
getting
stew in the soup
a hold
kitchen.
of resources, but we do have a gnarly boar stew. Beef is
Soup.
just too. It's logistics. You understand?
I prioritize beef stew.
It's just really hard to get beef in this kingdom.
In these
Right now.
trying times.
Meanwhile, over in Shurthor Town, the Wild Whirlwinds were hanging out at a restaurant, conveying what's going down in Dorkhead Town, getting everybody up to speed, taking home the drunkards among us.
Among Us?
Among Us.
Amogus?
And the show is
Lucas.
canceled now.
We did it. Congrats. We speedrun the show.
Congrats, gamers.
Could have done it without
Taking
y'all.
home the drunkards within the crowd.
Within us?
Hmm.
I'm gonna shank you.
Teehee.
I'd like to see you try.
I had a beautiful picture drawn of me. I'm happy.
Yes, the painting.
Hey,
Of
that man,
Dante.
he knows a masterpiece when he sees it.
After that, some of us went to the local coffee shop. Dubious coffee shop. Secretly, it's a front for the Thieves Guild and part of Sandra's darker side. I don't let a lot of people see that. We then made our way to the Shurthor Hunting Lodge to actually formulate a plan of defense. Which we did. We managed to construct, well, invent, really, a dragon radar system, I guess would be the best analogy for it. So now we know when the dragons will arrive, where they're going to arrive, and what kind of dragons we're gonna be up against. And then I rolled a natural 20 on training some of these hunters to fight dragons. So, yeah.
You're leaving out a very important part.
The part where I had Demare build a giant wooden dragon?
That was perfect, by the way.
Perfect wooden dragon for training purposes.
Very good.
We managed to figure out a few of the supplies we're gonna need for this. We tried scrying on Sandra's sister. It did not work. We cast sending on Sandra's sister. She still hates her. That's when Sandra went home, upset.
Skill issue.
Not everything is a fucking skill issue.
Sounds like a skill issue.
I would simply have a higher DC.
Look, I'm just saying, if I had the sending spell, I would have actually made that spell work.
Let me think. Dante
Sure.
slept in a river. Demare, I'm pretty sure, did not pay for her room.
I actually made a great payment.
Our guest characters
lives.
summoned a literal cabin. Quite nice. But yeah, I believe we ended for the day. And that's where we left off.
Did I tip last session?
No.
Actually, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
It was alright.
So, the party is gathered within the hunting lodge. It is near the end of the day, and does the party wish to go and sleep, or is there anything else you would like to do prior to winding down?
Hey, Steve.
Yes.
I outfitted Gizmo with those scales, right?
Yes.
Which we still haven't gotten the mechanical, workings of yet. Can I add those to my gun? Like my cannon?
The cannon as well? Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, cool. We'll work on that. I'd work on my special gun, but that's all the way back at the ship, and I'm not walking.
Oh, you didn't take it with you? Alright.
Can we get an unpause?
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
Thanks.
Zach's just gonna be fiddling with whatchamacallit, the
dragons or something.
Sandra's already gone home.
Wow.
Zach could just be fiddling with the notes that Nick gave them for just studying.
Oh yes, I forgot. Yeah, I
intro
gave
to
you
Arcana and
notes for
shit.
Arcana.
Also,
The
didn't you roll
brief
a 2?
overview of Arcana, as widely known.
Didn't you roll
for
a
Nick's
2
filtered.
last week on your divine knowledge?
It was a 3, yeah, so he didn't really learn much. Yeah, now I
Tom said
remember. I was like, oh, I got a 15, that's gonna work a little bit, and then you got 7, so nothing works. That do be how it is.
It's okay. We funded the dragon detector.
I'll tell you what is today's luck roll.
Ooh,
Forecast
lucky day.
says high
You will never
numbers.
get a high roll than that. Higher roll than that.
Yeah.
My pennies say I'm doing all right.
Alright. So, Sandra heads home, and I'm gonna, for the sake of, I do already have everyone on the map. He's gonna just throw all you down and be like, okay, now you can wander the map as you will. But
Yeah.
I already did that. Past me has a brain.
We did that last session.
We
He
on the
was
white
smart.
space.
You should be able to jump back to the Shurthor map.
Mhm.
And I need
just got
to
to it.
actually. Do.
What part of the map was I staying at the place at?
That's currently what I'm looking up because it.
Right there?
bu-
I'm gonna go back to the exact same place I stayed at last night.
All right, cool stuff. So Zach is staying at the Hunter's Lodge for a little bit longer.
I mean, we're just gonna be studying the notes, but if everyone's gonna head off, I mean, I guess. This is just agonizing over the notes on the way back. On the way out, really.
Is Zach sticking with Demir?
Yeah.
In that case, I want to give Zach some tips with my own arcane knowledge.
All right, go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
As you see the clown fucking struggling to learn the equivalent of fucking intro to magic school.
Oh, that's a good.
That's way better than what I got.
Like, I just do funny things in the magic works because the clowns think it's funny. This is
Alright.
more advanced stuff.
Zach, for magic comprehension, I want you to also make a knowledge arcana roll. The DC has been significantly lowered due to the fucking 30.
So just the straight roll, right?
I mean, if you don't have proficiency in arcana, then yes.
Exactly. That's precisely what we're dealing with here.
Well, one higher.
Yeah.
So,
The high intelligence stat does not help.
Demare, you are
Is it an
able
uphill
to...
battle?
Yes. So, more or less, you try to start with what you think are the basics, and then you realize you need to get more basic than basics because you already have an understanding of the schools of magic. You need to explain the schools of magic, and, like, for someone that you've seen do such, like, powerful spells, like, they don't seem like they would be able to cast, like, prestidigitation, despite the fact that you have heard Zach talk about the Ring of Prestidigitation and using prestidigitation. And
This isn't even the level of like.
Like I got this free little illusion I could just do. It's a little silent image I could just keep doing, but like if you ask me how I do it,
This isn't even the level of like you're unknowledgeable, you're gonna kill yourself. This is like you can't even start the damn car.
What's
Yeah,
a
like-
car?
like contrive a car, no problem. If you ask them how they're doing it, they're gonna crash.
yeah, it very much like the you don't you
Just
feel like
works.
it's almost like wanting to understand it is understandable, but at the same time attempting to explain it to them, not only Zach, this is kind of fucking boring to listen to.
Yeah.
That's your big thing of these are words in a book, and it's not a fun picture book like the, pop-out book of phobias. It is,
Magic theory.
it's Snorristown. Like,
I want to pull out my.
This is
magic
neither the
ball.
undead nor demons. I don't care. But I want to, but I can't.
I want to pull out my magic 8-ball and
Oh.
ask it if Zach is a lost cause.
hang on.
Huh?
I need to, can you go ahead and roll a d20 for me? Reply hazy, try again.
What was the first part?
Reply hazy, try again.
I try again. Zach a lost cause.
My reply is no.
lie to myself and put it away. Once again, not smashing it because it gave me a good answer. Hey, Zach?
Honk.
I'm just kind of rubbing my eyes with just like my eyes to my fingers at this point, and I'm just like, how are you in any way magical?
A pact with the demon, but before that, a pact with the clown god. Entity, really. The clown entity.
You also make a pact.
What in the world made you appealing to anyone giving out magical prowess?
I am willing to do anything.
The man kind of shrugs, just like, yeah, I do that.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of surprised you're not dead yet.
I just go with it, you know. It's pretty amazing how just going with the flow helps with things. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, I suppose.
I just don't ruin the bit. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It just works.
Worrying greatly
It just
about it.
works. Learning this is difficult, but it's gonna work out one of these times. That or I'll just, I don't know, suck all the knowledge in my brain again. If I learn Dorkish, I can
saying
earn
that
this.
it'll work eventually, Demir just kind of stares at Zach and is just like, sure it will. It definitely will. And pats them on the shoulder.
I mean, you can still keep trying, but like, my attention span's...
I know, it's hard when you're so used to being a sugar baby.
The attention span is difficult.
I mean, I don't even know how to explain this, Dave. It's literally the most basic stuff.
Yeah.
This is like not knowing what flour is when baking, which would track with you.
I mean, I know how to eat the bread.
Yeah, it's basically all you know.
Help me.
I'll do my best. Demir forces a grin
Yeah.
and continues trying to explain.
It's like on the way to the room or already at the room.
I'd say
Yeah,
on the
you-
way.
You make your way all the way to the room, and as the two of you walk into the room, the previous receptionist, is sitting at the desk, book open, and she looks up and sees the both of you. Do you do anything?
Does she do anything?
She kind of looks at you expectantly, but she does not make any moves to start anything.
I'm gonna tell her I'm staying in the same room. Is it still open?
It should be.
Okay, and then I walk away. But then, as I'm about to leave the room, I stop, pull out a gold coin, flick it at her.
She attempts to catch it and kind of it's not your throw, but she fumbles it a little bit, but manages to clasp it in both hands, book dropping to the floor, and that more or less preoccupies her attention as you walk away.
Well, no, after I flick it, I kind of look to her as I'm about to walk away and say, "That's for being smart." And then I tip my hat and leave.
Zach will just give finger guns and follow.
The facial expression of the loading wheel is just on her face of trying to process what was just inferred, and she just goes with it and sits back down.
She's like, "Cool, smart, I guess."
Great, I don't know what that means, but
I'm not paid enough for this shit.
I don't know
You're
what I
right.
did, but it seems to be going well.
It's called not being a fucking snitch. I was
Anyway.
like, some people here could learn.
Mayor, explain to me how I can
We say
rotate
that like we've
fucking
snitched.
dragon, rotate the shape of a dragon using magic, but I can't do it if I'm trying to know how to do it.
What?
Zach just rotates a little illusion of a dragon. It works unless I think about it.
Then don't
At least, I mean, I can't
think
figure
about
out how to make it work thinking about it in a way that isn't just I'm doing it.
The mare kind of stares, opening her and closing her mouth multiple times.
The dragon continues spinning.
Can you make the dragon not spin?
Okay, it will stop spinning.
Alright.
I could control my illusions pretty well. I could do my spells easy, but how they work?
You're basically manipulating the light and heat.
I definitely like it comes from within me.
Uh-huh.
That's about how I sort of, at least, no, it doesn't come from within me. It comes from my patron, but I manipulate that via just like, all right, let's do something funny, or that'll help out with continuing to be funny. At least that's how I've been rationalizing it, because it isn't exactly my magic per se.
What happens when it comes to illusions is you're using your own force of will, which comes from inside your
Well,
blood,
yeah,
or
what
from
I
your
want from it
patron,
to do.
Whatever.
Yeah,
And then
the
you-
magic isn't mine, but I'm definitely telling it what to do. But like, how I would cast this from myself? When it comes to like knowing magic
you know how
stuff.
to manipulate light.
I was able to cast darkness before. I could do sort of the shadow thing now.
That's close, I guess. Because, like, when it comes to illusions, a lot of it really is just altering. Like, it's two kinds of illusions: altering someone's perception, or literally creating a picture, for lack of a better term. But
This was definitely an image.
so,
The
like, you
dragon
just-
rotation resumes. This was
Take the
literally
still
called silent
dragon.
image.
take the still dragon, right,
Why does this
Mm-hmm.
and then turn it.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you can spin the dragon now.
Okay, but like, the theory of how magic works, like according to this book and these notes that Nick gave me.
Can I have a cursory read over the book?
Yeah, it's just the fucking intro to Arcane. Let me just reread. What was,
When you
what was the
have-
title that Steve gave me?
Each
Fucking-
magic user is so different in how they learn magic that they're
Introduction to
just so
Arcane
different.
Identification, and then the notes that Nick gave me on like the intro college course to Archon.
I'm just gonna
The
like
general.
thumb through it and see what I'm working with here in terms of knowledge.
Yeah.
This is typical young spellcasters. You would assume are around age 12 to 18 for like wizards, artificers, sometimes sorcerers who want to be more bookish, and even some clerics who want to better understand the manipulation of the magic.
Question.
And yes,
Well, less of a question, but more. I've probably read this book before. I was probably given this book when I was a young little filly.
yeah, at some point, it kind of like a shitty gift of being given a little bit too late and you already knew more than it, but it kind of did round out some of the areas that you were a little foggier on.
Yeah. What are the
But
notes like?
These are
Uh,
Nicholas notes. What did Nick roll for the notes?
It was like it was 15.
yeah, it
Yeah, I think
is kind of basic notes that took the information from the book and kind of distilled it down to what made sense for Nicholas. And what makes sense for one person doesn't always make sense for another person, because sometimes when you're describing casting magic, it is some people focus more on the hand motions. Some people need to tether multiple things together because sometimes there's material, sometimes there's verbal, sometimes there's somatic. You know, if you're going to cast a magic missile spell, you need to know which, if you are doing it as a wizard, which rune you would need to semantically write into the air and then pointing at the specific
Hey, I hate
person.
to interrupt, but I think I have to go do something real quick. So, like, pause or move somewhere
happened?
else. I don't know. Biomom wants me.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That was your cue.
So, jumping back into it, everyone's spellcasting method is different, and the channeling of the different schools of magic, and sometimes people are more elemental. You know, there are multiple ways to cast a fireball, and Nicholas's spellcasting, well, Nicholas being a divine spellcaster, but also knowing a lot about arcane magic, there is some realm of overlap, and that second-hand understanding, it's legitimately someone who is bookish and analytical wrote these notes, and that is not Zach. Zach, you feel like if Zach would have taken notes, there would be a lot more drawing. Even though, you know, Zach is a published author.
I'm going to take out my notebook.
There are
I'm
many
gonna
pictures,
start-
okay?
I'm going to
books.
start scrawling some pictures. First depicting a crude drawing of Zack with an arrow pointing to a ball of magic, and then another arrow which points to a picture of a dragon. Just like, you see this? This is how you make the dragon. Take what's in yourself, put it outside, shape it into a dragon.
Huh.
I tear out the page I wrote it on, and then I give it to Zach so they can keep staring at it. And then I draw another picture, which is of a Zach looking at the dragon from a perspective. This is how the dragon will be positioned whenever you make it, right?
Yeah.
So then I draw another picture of a dragon at a different angle. And you see here, if you think of the dragon in a different position, it will then move to that position.
Okay, that's how I use the dragon. But I mean, like,
So if
the
you-
underlying magics, how does that work?
Oh, the underlying magics is... I point to the first picture. It's like that.
Okay, now how do I tell these apart from people?
What?
Just gonna tap on the book cover's title of arcane identification part.
Oh, you want to figure out these things?
Yeah, I mean, like, I could keep using my spells, but like, it's more for like knowing magic stuffs and how they work for the purposes of.
Knowing how someone uses magic.
Like, I know of spells. It's the underlying stuff or telling what's what, or etc. Beyond just that looks obvious to me.
Generally, the schools of magic can be discerned from what they're actually doing. For example, making a dragon seem to appear, but not actually appear. That's illusions.
Hank.
That's the underlying nature of the school's magic.
Hank.
Do you understand?
Zach will try to digest this.
Okay, good. Think about it like this. Conjuration is actually making a dragon appear.
Okay, what I mean,
Versus
like, telling
image.
what kind of just
What kind of what?
arcane identification of stuff for the sake of not being such a fucking scrub at telling what I'm looking at when I see some magical bullshit in the wild if it isn't obvious.
The basics are knowing the schools of magic. That's where you start.
Okay, but can we go further with that? Just gonna
Zach, what's
if you have the time, just if you have the time, just guide Zach through this. off
Zach, what's
screen.
evocation?
Just guide Zach through this fucking book off screen.
Zach, what's evocation?
Shoot thingies.
No. It's the creation of different elements for destructive purposes.
Isn't that
And
just
also-
conjuration, but like
No,
with blasting
that's
only?
manifesting things.
Fucking
There's
hell.
a difference.
I just shoot spells, okay?
Yes, but you want to understand, and you're
Just
like,
fires
oh,
a
let's go beyond.
fucking-
You don't even
fire-
know what wards are.
Just
Right?
fires an Eldritch Blast at a wall. I shoot thing.
Congratulations, fires a flame bolt at the same spot. So do I. And then I just kind of like absentmindedly check if it's on fire or not.
It's just the Eldritch. It's just a Force Blast.
Yes, but mine isn't.
True. Anyway, just for the sake of getting past this, how well does this go? And I hope no one fucking. I hope the hotel is able to cope with the noises.
They know better than to question it.
A
And,
man or a person screaming, "I don't understand," and then an eldritch blast noise.
It's okay. We're like on the
adventurers.
ritzier part of the hotel. In the hotel. Yes. Also, fucking getting Zach to understand that healing magic is evocation, though.
Dude, you're at the fantasy equivalent of a Motel 8.
Yep. That's the highest thing that the city has. This town has.
So,
So
flipping over from Zach and Demare, do Dante and or Nicholas want to do anything? And I guess Regina as well, not to discount the guest character.
She is indifferent right now. Doesn't really. Just waiting till it's time.
Waiting, indefinite.
Just stares blankly into the sky and waits.
Waiting
Dante's
to
gonna
what she
burn
was
off
paid to
energy
do.
hunting in the water.
So, you want to go water hunting?
Like while he's under the water, he's like scavenging around in the river, as well as like trying to catch fish, just burning off energy. Not particularly for any like specific use.
Okay.
I guess
Yeah,
if
you managed to catch a late night snack as well.
I guess Nicholas could. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was about to ask what Nicholas is going to do.
I was just thinking about teaching medicine again, like to prepare for the dragons and whatnot.
Oh well, that would be a tomorrow thing, as
Oh,
this is winding down for the night.
okay. Then I guess
We don't work
Nicholas will-
past 8 at the hunting lodge.
okay. Then I guess Nicholas will go back to Pander's house and just sleep on the couch again.
That's why Dante needed to burn off some energy. Did a whole lot of fucking nothing.
We don't
other
get
than
paid
be,
overtime.
You know, a visual guide. So he just like, I need to do shit.
So, Haltrius is going to talk to Regina and Amalthea and mention going back to the cabin for the night.
Oh, very well.
I don't think there's anything else here to do for right now, at least.
Nope, I think we just have to wait.
So, the cabin is right down here. So, everyone heads to their respective areas for the night. And night does fall. As all of you slumber, I want all of you to roll a d20 for me, Regina
Oh,
included.
boy.
Oh, okay.
Everyone?
Nice.
Wait, why is it Philippe?
Philippe?
Wow.
No!
What do you mean nice? We don't know what it's for.
I mean,
That is
it's
pretty
not
good,
bad.
though.
D20.
All right. So let's go ahead and start with Nicholas. Nicholas.
Wait, I thought Sandra got 19.
Yes, but that doesn't mean we need to start with Sandra.
Gas.
Oh no, he's saving the most traumatizing for last.
I can't believe I'm going last.
Can't believe Sandra fucking died.
So, good old Nicholas. Nicholas, you find yourself in a familiar location within the streets of Albania, but everything is empty. You're not unfamiliar to a late night walk alone. You step your way through the streets to your home. And does Nicholas live alone or with his uncle?
I guess his uncle's probably in the hospital since of the mysterious illness that he has. So I assume technically he's living alone right now.
Okay, you're dropping a lot of Nicholas backstory here.
Out of
lore.
nowhere, Nicholas lore. God, gosh.
So, you make your way to the empty abode that once was your uncle's place. You walk your way towards the front door, and much to your surprise, they're standing in.
Cutting out anyone else's end.
Yeah, Steve's cutting out my end as well.
Yeah, Steve, you're cutting out.
Steve is
Steve,
gone,
you're cutting
actually.
out.
Oh man, I'm just straight gone.
Okay, you're back.
I guess.
You were for a moment there, were
No.
just like, you were saying stuff and then just cut out entirely. But you're back, I think.
Ripperonis. Okay, hang on. Let me, real quick. Pause the recording for a second.
Yeah, sure. Alright, you're good.
Alright, so Nicholas, you make your way to your place of living, and much to your surprise, someone awaits in front of the door of your abode. They turn around and look at you, and you can see, much to your surprise, it is a younger, healthier version of your uncle.
Oh, hi. You look younger than usual. Sorry, that was me.
Unimportant right now. Are you still out and about?
I've just been walking the streets.
Not what I mean.
Oh,
Are you still, you know, doing the adventuring thing?
yeah. It's been
Right.
interesting.
Things are all going according to plan, so it's almost time.
Almost time
Yeah,
for.
I'll see you again soon.
Okay. See you then.
They turn around, open the door, and you can see the other side of the doorway is just pure black. They step in, and as soon as they pass that threshold, they disappear, and the door slowly creaks and closes behind them. And the street light starts to flicker and then go out. And the clouds part to reveal just a very partial moon. Your dark vision allows you to still see parts, but everything has gotten more dark, a little more cold. You find yourself standing in front of your house, alone.
Well, probably should start getting to my house then. I mean, we're near Albania, and that is going to be my next stop. So, I guess I'll see my uncle there, see how he's doing.
You're still standing there in your dream. What do? You're in front of the house that you shared with him.
Guess I'll try to go into the house.
You step forward and open the door. And as the door opens and you begin stepping inside, you find your meditation coming to an end and your eyes opening up once again inside of Sandra's home. Next, we'll go. Let's do Dante next. Dante, you find yourself drifting to sleep. Suddenly, you feel a slap across the face. You see in front of you a large fish. This motherfucker came back.
You bitch.
It opens its mouth and then closes it again. You know what that means.
Oh, it is on, motherfucker.
As you get into battle position, it pulls out a knife. It's a switchblade. It flicks it open, holding it in its little fin.
Bro, I just want to sleep. Fuck off.
It's gonna make an attack roll against you.
The prey is about to become the prey.
Does a 6 hit?
Oh man, it might have.
Gasp.
Oh boy.
So it's like fish weren't meant to use knives.
Man, he tried though.
Alright, Dante, your turn. What are you doing?
I want to intimidate it first. Just
Alright, roll your intimidation check.
Just screaming at it. Just motherfucker.
Roll your intimidate. The 9? Oh baby, let's see if it can pass that. Oh
Damn.
shit!
Which I'm so
It's
weird.
going down!
I'm proficient in it, which is why I'm confused.
Yeah, you got a +4.
+5
I did
actually.
go on, like- Yeah, mine says +5. Yeah.
Yeah, the +4
This
is your
motherfucker.
proficiency bonus being added.
Yeah, what's your default for that?
My
The
default.
charisma's
Yeah, your
+1,
mod.
proficiency is...
Oh yeah, my default is 15. Is my passive intimidation.
Hmm.
I keep forgetting you can take that.
Regardless, the intimidation doesn't work. It's still coming at you. What are you doing?
Motherfucker, I'm gonna just clock it. Like I'm not necessarily trying to kill him, but I'm gonna clock him.
Alright, you can make a non-lethal punch roll.
Wait, this reminds me of something.
Yeah, 28 definitely hits the fish.
Jesus Christ.
Roll your whammage.
This poor fish.
you just like see this fish coming back for another swipe at you, and you just like straightforward jab it right in its face, and it just seizes and then flips upside down and starts floating. You know it's not dead, but like that much blunt force trauma definitely can't be good for its pea-sized brain as the switchblade just starts floating towards the bottom of the sediment on the riverbed.
I take the switchblade. Damn litterers giving these fish blades. I just pocket it.
You can add to your inventory a fish knife.
Specifically a fish knife. Someone's trying to give fish weapons.
Yeah, for the fish hunt.
So I need a fish who can fight. Starts throwing
Exactly.
knives
No, it's
in
the
the
100
water.
I failed to fight the fish.
All right. After that intense combat encounter, you're able to roll over and go back to sleep. No dream for you, unfortunately, but
That's okay. That trout, he needed to be taught a lesson. I made him shit himself once.
You need to be sent to
This time,
Dreamland.
this time I was handing out naps.
mm-hmm. All right. So jumping back up to Demare. Demare,
Gasp.
you go to bed with a task in mind, and you hit that awkward area where your stream of thought intrudes into your dreams. So you are dreaming about explaining magic to Zach, and Zach actually like understanding and making progress, and
Can I
know.
inject something here real quick?
Yes.
Not only am I teaching Zach, I am currently in the role of a teacher at a school with Zach sitting in a school desk that's a little too small for them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They are
Sitting
understanding
there.
everything perfectly, though.
Yep, sitting next to them is Yez, who is wearing a graduation cap, and they are holding a notebook and a quill, and they're just like grinding their teeth on the end of it and nodding and occasionally like writing something down. And you can see
Roxy's
Yez
also
kind
there
of
with a shirt that says teacher's pet on it. She is not listening
Yep.
to at all and just sucking on a freaking lollipop.
Yep, a very oversized one as well.
Mhm.
Yez looks over and tries peeking at Zach's work.
Honk.
And the dream kind of continues, and it's very nonsensical. At one point, your like contraption is on the table, and you can see the cannon and Gizmo like standing over it. Gizmo is like using a wrench to rub their little head, and they're trying to put it together, and you're just trying to do all this balancing between teaching and theory crafting. You can see on the chalkboard is just
This reminds me of whenever I was having to deal with having a crew, and suddenly the schoolroom is now on a ship on the deck.
Yep. One of the sailors accidentally like cuts through the classroom holding some cannonballs. Nope, sorry, teach.
I just give them a very stern glare.
You can see as
Also, next time that Yez tries to peek at Zach's answers, I will smack her on the back of the head with a ruler.
and you can see Roxy looks over and it's like, look, Shock Man. And you can see Dante just majestically doing a mermaid, blanking on what it is, just the emergence from the water, majestically, rainbows start spraying, and looks over.
I give the order
and
to kill him.
you just hear "Happy Pride" and then cannon fire, and they just non-stop cannon fire as everything just flies past, and suddenly you wake up in bed and you're like, "Hang on, what the fuck was that fever dream?"
I go back to sleep, shook and terrified.
You roll over again.
Happy Pride!
Alright, so next we have jumping over to Zach. Zach, you have a little bit of the same, where you're trying to understand all of these schools of magic, and you're just thinking, and the magic and the symbology start just appearing in the darkness around you. And emerging from the symbol of conjuration steps out Yevis. How's it going?
How do magic?
Alright, I'm out. Yevis turns around and walks back in.
How does out the magic?
What does make magic do?
You, as you're attempting to, fathom this, you see a very crude drawing of Demare appear next to you, and her mouth opens, and just like, as if a textbook was turned into a scroll, the mouth opens, and it's just like Arcana Bobble. The scroll starts wrapping around your legs, and just like it constricts them together and begins almost mummifying you in all of the arcane text.
Zach in their sleep considering, what if I just try to insta learn it like I did Orcish?
Go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw for me.
Let's go.
Are you doing this
in their sleep?
Oh god.
Let's fucking go.
Huzzah! As you think about it, you're like, maybe. And suddenly, all of the arcane symbology just stops and begins expanding. And as the scroll continues wrapping around you, you can see all of the symbols on the scroll itself just begin glowing and burning. And you finally, it wraps over your face. And doing the only thing that you can, you just start biting the scroll and chewing on it.
I was gonna say.
Slurp all of it up like spaghetti. And Demare completely disappears. And stepping out of the conjuration symbol again, Yevis walks back out and it's like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, but that certainly worked.
Eat the magic.
I don't think that's how it works, but
so far, they will keep going.
You know so much more than me now. So good on ya. Anyway, hey, any idea how I can get out of here?
Zach's gonna just start looking around for an emergency exit door.
An emergency exit door appears.
Oh yeah, use that.
Oh, hey, thank you. Yevis walks over and
just exits. Like I just gotta cut out. As Yevis is about to head out, just like, are you like getting trapped in here on accident all the time, or like?
I just gotta go where the honk mother needs me. So yeah, I don't know why I'm constantly needed here.
I mean, do you need to worry about it?
I'm just, like, here to mess with you. It's kind of fun to do that at times, but I don't know. I mean, like, the circus goes where the circus goes, you know? The Dark Carnival, the show must go on.
Exactly. Just go with it. It's funnier that way.
Oh, anyway, Yevis reaches into their sleeve and pulls out 2 bottles of the Wicked Brew, tosses one over.
Just gonna catch
One
that
for the
with
road,
the
homie.
fucking desperation of an addict.
Yevis just bites the top, rips the bottle cap off, spits it into the air, and just downs it, skulls the entire thing, and eyes just go full rainbow as they just trust fall backwards into the open emergency exit doorway.
Juice.
So you can both add a Wicked Elixir to your inventory as well as take proficiency in Arcana.
Zach's bullshittery continues.
Also, when you wake up, the entirety of your body is covered by arcane symbols, except your face, which is covered in paint.
It's gonna sort of like rub at it. Is it permanent or is it just like paint?
It's your typical clan paint.
Huh. Zach will
The
endeavor
arcane
to try
symbols.
to...
The
try to
arcane
memorize
symbols
this.
are, in fact, like... I wouldn't say burned, it's more like tattooed into your skin. You're just not exactly sure if it's like, you know, bruising type or skin discoloration or if it's actually a tattoo that somehow happened. But, you know, it's all over your body that is typically covered by your suit.
Yeah, gonna just make a note of this. Maybe try to paint it again later if it ever comes off. It's like,
Yep.
sweet. This is great. Who the fuck needs to learn?
Just eat the magic book.
Just eat the magic. It's what Zach's been doing the entire campaign.
And suddenly
This will have no bad consequences.
completely. And Regina.
Oh.
Regina, you are you inside the cabin or outside the cabin?
She is outside.
So as you fall asleep, on one side the spectral wolf, on the other side your griffin, you have your back leaning against the cabin and are drifting off. You find yourself scaling a mountain. Your companion's by your side. You're the only one actually climbing. Peltrius and Amalthea are both kind of like flying, but are flying close to the mountain as to not get blown away by the wind. Are we sure this is the right path, Regina?
Yes, of course. It's pretty obvious, though it is rough.
Huh. I'm unsure what's going to be up there, but if you're certain, Peltrius loses their kind of closeness to the mountain and gets picked up by the wind, but being pre-planned, Peltrius is just tied to you, so he's now just ragdolling in the wind. You go ahead and make an
It'll be
athletics
worth it.
check.
Okay, here we go.
You continue climbing and climbing. Peltrius eventually kind of, holds onto the rope and regains balance, composure. You're not exactly sure, but, lad is flying. You finally make your way up to the top of the summit. As you stand there, you see there is a figure clad in an icy blue, standing tall.
Hmm.
Regina,
Guess you'll. Oh,
You're meddling where you should not. But you're never one to stick to plans, now were you?
Does the voice sound familiar?
In a way, yes. In a way, no. It's cutting through the ice, but at the same time, it sounds like a voice that would make sense for the area that you are in, as if pulled from your memories. And go ahead and make an insight check.
A what?
An insight check.
Okay. Oh.
You know exactly who this is. Your mind fills in the blank for you.
Oh no. Well, you know, sometimes plans don't always go the way you expect, and you have to think on the spot.
They turn around and give you an icy glare. You will fall back into line when your time comes.
Well, not to be following, I will make my own path. Like I've been doing, and will continue to do.
You lead a path of resistance.
And this resistance will lead to freedom.
You are not to be freed. You are to work with us.
She will give a glare back.
You still stand due to sheer luck on your side. Know this. If you do not change your tune soon, then you'll join the rest of them.
The rest of who?
Look beneath you.
She will then look down.
As you look down and turn, you can just see piles of frozen bodies. What hadn't been there prior, you now see almost as if the blizzard around you has cleared enough to just see a sea of frozen corpses. And an innate fear starts to attempt to take hold. And do you have any fear immunities?
Yes, I do.
You stand stalwart. And knowing that your friends are by your side, you look to Amalthea, who gives you a nod, and you look to Paltrius, who is absolutely scared shitless because he is a timid lad. And give, reassuring nod, and Paltrius kind of takes a deep breath. Your time comes. Hope that the coming days will be kind to you, as if you survive the coming weeks or years, time will not be so kind. And this figure, who, as they turn towards you and speak, their face is just a sheet of ice in a vaguely feminine form. And they are attempting to seed into you this panic. But there's something else around. And make a perception check.
Okay.
All you can hear is the roaring of the storm. And you stand on this mountaintop. and you can feel things are beginning to come to a close. Is there any last thing that you want to do?
Is the figure still there?
The figure still stands in front of you.
Unlike all of these beneath me, I will not crumble, I will not fall. No matter how many years it'll take, even for eternity, I will not break. I have my will and I have my obligations, and they will not crumble. I will not give in. I will not join them, for I am strong, and they were not.
The figure raises a hand, and you can see magic, this almost what looks to be a collection of snow wisping in a way that looks similar to a spell. It begins to coalesce, and they extend their hand forward, and a blast comes at you, and that's when you wake, with the morning sun beginning to crest the horizon. Sandra.
Oh no.
You find yourself to sleep within your comfortable, familiar bed, with dragons on the mind. You have so much that you need to do. A home you need to protect. People you need to train, a plan needs to be made. But you attempt to fall into some form of slumber. You don't know when it happens during the night, but you find yourself slowly but surely coming into the dark of night. And over the course of time, you feel your arm, just a slight aching sensation, almost like a burning. And the darkness around you. You then see what looks to be a glowing maw in front of you. Can you quick jump into the white space for me?
Sure.
You stand there, and you feel that there's something there. The eyes open, and exhale, a heated exhale, and you feel your arm burn, and emerging from the darkness, you see a familiar draconic figure, the Lord of Cinders.
What could you possibly want?
The time draws.
And what time would that be?
Are you still so lost?
I guess I am.
Not as much progress as I was hoping. What is your plan?
In regards to you or the whole, everything else I've got going on?
We have time. At least now, within your night.
Well, was thinking about killing you.
And how would you do that?
Don't know yet, working on that. But I know one thing. I'm the one that's going to kill you one day.
Is that before or after the end?
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen either.
You have choices to make. And tell me, if you choose to try to kill me, will you choose to kill me and end the world? Or will you work with me to save the world?
Why, so you can become king of the dragons?
Becoming king of the dragons is what is necessary. We are to resist what is coming.
And what exactly is coming? Enlighten me.
I'm surprised that you've managed to go on this long without knowing.
This wouldn't have anything to do with that black goo that's in all the dragons, would it?
So you're not completely clueless then?
No, we've done some dissections.
Have you begun to put the pieces together?
Something about the end. So I'm guessing it's not your doing after all?
Why would the to-be king of the dragons wish to inflict madness on those they would rule over?
Because you have a history of fucking with people, like my sister.
I have done nothing of the sort. I just explained what is to come and advised that you had not been using your time wisely.
Yeah, well, firearm isn't exactly good for killing dragons. And that's
Maybe
the main
not.
thing I'm dealing with right now.
Not against myself, but versus other dragons, yes. And there's more than just simple firebolts or sparks. You resist. You attempt to do minor tricks. If you embrace the gift, that way you can grow even stronger. And if you choose to not try to slay me, and instead join me, allow me to become the king, maybe, just maybe, I can accelerate your process and give you powers beyond what your boons currently give. The paltry gifts from beyond.
I take a step forward. I think you've completely missed the mark on me. I don't want power or riches or fame or fortune or any of that. I just want my family back.
Well, I will not be able to revive the one who has fallen. Mayhaps someone else would be able to. And for your sister, it would be easy enough to convince her to join. Given the circumstance. In the coming days, once the world is saved, and my rule has been solidified along with my legacy, then your mother will be returned as well.